I'm like multitasking. Look at this. This is unbelievable. The things that we see. Through another intersection right there, other vehicles barreling out of the way. Innocent people on the road this afternoon. Right now, we were just getting some information southbound on Tampa, and this pursuit continues. That vehicle heavily damaged now, stolen motorhome. Hard stop right there. Probably he couldn't make the turn. That's my guess. Backing up, I'm just kind of getting an idea. There they go. And this is the thing. You know, California Highway Patrol, any law enforcement that's tasked with bringing something like this to a stop, a pit maneuver, it honestly might still actually work. But when you see something like this driver continuing on, a dog, oh, come, this is just getting worse and worse and worse. I just don't want to see I don't want to see that animal hurt. I don't want to see the driver hurt, and I definitely don't want to see an innocent person hurt. One of the reasons why I'm not going to stay tight on that dog right now is if this thing comes to a hard stop, I don't want to see that dog come flying out that front window. Another very, very close call right there. We've said it so many times in the past, you just think these innocent people driving around down there, civilians, doing their own thing, minding their own business, driving along, and then all of a sudden you have somebody in a wrecked, stolen motorhome going 80 miles an hour, barreling through stoplights. It is just, you can't even describe it. Right now, though, he has actually made contact with a couple of other vehicles. He's made contact with a tree. You see that? That's how all that damage happened right there. But the pursuit of this motorhome, now we know there's a dog in there as well. It was a funny, and I'll do the air quotes, cute picture with the dog out front. But, gosh, you just got to think, if this thing comes to a tragic end, now we have to. Now I'm worried about an animal life as well. This pursuit is continuing now, where speeds are slowing down a little bit. I'm wondering if that's because of the damage that was done to that vehicle, but we're still on Tampa, approaching Van Owen. Van Owen, another major cross out here. Extremely high speeds this afternoon, extremely dangerous. And I know for a fact we're going to be going live here on KCAL in just a little bit. If you guys are local, KCAL Channel 9, that's going to be what to watch. Yes, you are right. Somebody, Michelle, is saying the driver of this vehicle extremely selfish. Yes, he is. And who knows what's going through anybody's mind in these chases, but on this one, you really have to wonder and worry. That was through Victory Boulevard out there. At least he slowed down. But again, hopefully that motorhome is just going to, peter itself out before somebody's hurt, and I don't want to see that dog hurt either. Again, though, if you guys are just joining us, pursuit of a stolen motorhome, all that damage you see right there is when that motorhome struck a tree at the Northridge Mall when he went inside the Northridge Mall parking lot, slowing down hard on the brakes. Another unusual turn here. Looks like we're in Tarzana, and we were on Tampa, but we're paralleling the orange line right now. So let me try to get Topham. Topham is the name of the street that we're on. But the pursuit continuing, and I got to work with Fulvio here for a minute or two. Fulvio, I hear the anchors getting on. So maybe not. If we go live, we need to be on the other side. But right now we're not live. It's okay. All right, turning it back down again. But, yeah, this pursuit continuing on out here, extremely dangerous. And, a lot of times we're a little bit light with these things. We kind of, throw a couple of jabs at the driver, at the situation. But this is so beyond dangerous. And you just got this feeling. We've seen so many of these in the past. You just got this feeling that this might not end well. And there's Fido out there on the front of the just hanging out what once was the windscreen. And you want to make the jokes like the Mack Truck Bulldog, but if this thing comes to a hard stop, it's just going to be. I just don't want to see the animal hurt, and I'm talking about the dog, not the person behind the wheel. Oh my God! No! Thank goodness we didn't see that. my God. Jeez, oh, Pete. Wow. That is one time in my life where I'm happy that we had a tree in the way. Oh, he's on a leash. They pulled him back inside. This is still just not good. Anyways, it kind of gives you an idea what was what I mean, I'm beyond, I'm just hope that's the same dog. But it just makes you think, you know, that kind of gives you an idea what's going to happen. Maybe he's got some sort of harness on that dog, but I just, wow. This is just bad, getting worse type of situation. California Highway Patrol, they're down there. They're tasked with bringing this thing to a stop, and also they're having a difficult time with it. I'm surprised that LAPD, and I'm not saying that in any kind of derogatory way, I'm surprised LAPD hasn't gotten involved with this chase yet. I'm actually going to try to pull up some some frequencies for the LAPD out here, because this is definitely in their jurisdiction, and this person is driving like a real, very dangerously. I was going to say like a real maniac, but a very dangerous pursuit going on out here, and these high speeds, and obviously this person has no regard for himself or his animals or anybody around him. We saw him earlier on just really hammer another vehicle that got in his way right there. Right now, Fulvio, we got the sun setting out here. It's a little bit hazy for us, so Fulvio's working to keep us safe. So we're going to sacrifice the shot, maybe just a little bit there, but at any rate, this pursuit continuing right now. If you guys want to know where it is, we're on Tampa Avenue approaching Khalifa, actually, yeah, still by Khalifa. Khalifa, a smaller street. I'll get you some majors here in a minute. All right, copy all. I have KCal up, guys, anytime. Susie and Jeff, copy. So Jeff will want it. Whoa! Ho ho! No, 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 no. Oh my gosh. Oh, no, no. Okay, Jeff, he just hit another vehicle just driving out of a driveway out there. That's the third one. Just before we went live, there was another vehicle that he plowed into, a black SUV just moments ago. We'll get you some street names here in just a minute. Got people running from, that's probably the driver and the dog. Again, this is such a bizarre and dangerous pursuit. You know, we saw that vehicle when it was whole and it was actually still driving out there. There you go, the driver of that stolen motorhome being taken into custody. We're going to get you, we're going to be calling this Wells Drive near Tampa. Wells Drive near Tampa. This is the Tarzana area, taking that driver into custody. It looks like the dog is okay. I am very concerned about the driver of that smaller vehicle. Fulvio, my pilot this afternoon, we're going to try to move around and see if we can get a shot of that car that was pulling out of a driveway. You can see that driveway right there. So somebody just basically pulling out onto the street. That vehicle was like T-boned, hard T-boned, and in right there into the trees. That's the second vehicle that we saw that heavy SUV crash into. Motorhome crash into. We're going to get in to keep an eye on that suspect. We know the suspect's in custody. The dog is okay, but that driver of that car pulling out of the driveway, very concerned about that person right there. My gosh. It started in the Newhall area. Well, we know that, like you said, it was a stolen vehicle, extremely high speeds right from the get-go. That right there is the innocent driver that was inside that white vehicle you see right there. That's the wreckage. The driver, the dog that we saw hanging out the front of that vehicle earlier on during the chase actually fell out of the motorhome. I thought for sure that that dog was a goner. I was happy that there was a tree in the way. We couldn't see it, but appeared to have that dog apparently had some sort of harness on it, and the driver pulled it back inside. Right there is where that suspect has been taken into custody. A lot of trees. I'd like to just take a moment and work my way back down the street because, like I said, right before we went live, there was another black SUV in an intersection that motorhome just hit at full speed and didn't even slow down. There's the suspect right there being taken into custody. The driver, you can see blood out there. Don't know if that's from the driver Yeah, Elizabeth, I know that white vehicle, and again, it may be, it may be a Mercedes, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Might be, I want to, it's not a Kia. What's the other one? Yeah, it might be a Kia. It might be a Kia. And if you guys are just joining us, just to swing it back around, you can I'll show you the other vehicle that it struck right before we went live, right underneath the 101 freeway. That's where the fire department is right now. I don't know if that's an actual physical rescue going on right there. The driver probably on the sidewalk. Hey Fulvio, let's just move around a little bit. Well, we got the stuff we need on tape. Yeah, I want to see them working on the victim of that vehicle. It just ripped the whole front end off of that car. Yeah, don't have to worry about disconnecting the battery. The battery's gone. That's just me being sarcastic. There we go. They're right there. It's so funny. The stringers are they're actually probably trying to run. They have no idea what they're in for. That motorhome came to a rest way up the road there. I'm not sure if those are all people that were inside that vehicle or these are folks that came to the aid of the driver once she got out of that car. Looked like just getting off the freeway, and I'm sure had a green light, and that motorhome just came by, plowed right through there, took off the front end of that car. The driver being checked out right now by paramedics from LA City Fire. That's glare. If anybody's watching, if you're wondering what that is right there, that's glare from the sun setting, and it's very hazy out here today. Just go to the 101 in Ventura Boulevard. You can't miss it. There's a lot of fire activity. That's where the black vehicle is that was getting off the freeway. 101 in Ventura. Look, it's over by the one. I'm sorry, Tampa and Ventura Boulevard. Look over towards the 101. You can't miss it. Wow. Hey, assignment desk. Can I say wow? I would assume so. I was busy with the pursuit, but I'm guessing everybody was here. Yeah. Yeah. Fulvio's giving me the rundown. Technically, and maybe not even technically, we were first, and then 7 joined us, and then after that 4 and 5 joined us. But 4 and 5 was Fulvio says we were already southbound on streets, so. Wow, husband, boyfriend, older brother, coming to console the driver of that car. Let's see if any ambulances showed up for the Oh, they are? Okay, cool. And I don't think I can get another dog, but if that dog winds up in the pound and and hopefully she'll be unable to get it back, uh, that'd be a nice rescue right there. If we go live with this at 8 and we have to move around, just move around. I'll figure it out. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I believe that is a female driver of the stolen vehicle, and the dog did fall out, but they must have some sort of harness or was like tied in somehow, and she pulled the dog back inside. Anybody that's listening on Facebook, I'll explain that right now too. Yeah, somebody's they're talking. He's still on the ground. Firefighters are here. Yeah, I don't think any of these are life-threatening injuries, but you know, we'll see. But yeah, I don't think they're life-threatening. I think they're just they're all going to they're all going to the hospital, I'm sure. You know, I thought because there was a tree right there, I thought was either pulling in or pulling out. But from the skid marks, looks like she might have just been going slow, and she just rear-ended it. So people were asking about the dog. Apparently, that was part of the conversation I just had with my assignment desk. And for everybody that's on Facebook that's still with us, just letting you know that if you really look at it, you can see what I saw was that dog tumbling out the front. My boss is talking to me. Fulvio's looking for it right now. I'll look around too. Anyways, okay. We'll look for it. I believe that's Tampa. No, that's Tampa and Bernetta. Hang on. Tampa and Wells is north of the. Yep, I see it. Wait. I don't know if that's ours. No, that's ours. There it is. Yeah, they're there. Okay, so the dog, and even if I get interrupted, unless it's going to be the show, which I don't think they're going to start early, I'm going to shut off them and talk to my buddies on Facebook here. The dog. Wait a minute. We don't care about the drug. Yeah, exactly. Everybody's on that same page. LA City Fire will render aid to animals if they can. Meaning, if this was a fire and the dog had smoke inhalation, we've seen it in the past, they'll do something to help that dog. Yes, I believe that blood is from the dog and not the driver. But if they're, I don't think that they can really help the dog right now. They are going to call animal services. What everybody was concerned about, apparently, from my assignment desk. What's up, Fulvio? Right, we saw it. Oh, really? right, hey, so now we're hearing that there might have been two dogs, and the other dog fell out the window and ran away. So at any rate, we'll see. That'll all come out in the wash. Hopefully that dog is okay. If it did go that way, because I did see that dog tumble as well, and I was, yeah, it was one of the times, only time in my life where I was actually happy there were trees on the way, because I did not want to see that happen. So at any rate, there's one dog with the stolen motorhome suspect, some blood, and another one may have actually fallen out of the vehicle and ran off. Elizabeth, I agree with you. Elizabeth is saying that that might be the reason why she made that U-turn, to go back to see if she could find the dog. I tend to agree. I thought that's what the original, when it happened originally, I thought that's what that was all about as well. But then another dog apparently popped out the window, and I just assumed that, okay, maybe the dog didn't fall out. You can see they have some sort of harness on those animals, so there was two dogs. People are saying there was two dogs. A lot of people are saying there was two dogs. So, hey, assignment test, just also letting you know on Facebook, a lot of people are saying there were two dogs, and one fell out. We saw some of it, and the tree blocked it, and then the one that's here with the driver. I was going to say Corbin. I think they were on Corbin, but yeah, near Topham. They were near Topham for sure. What's up? Oh no, I think we're good right now. Well, that dog seems pretty loyal to the suspect, so that's the reason why I'm thinking that the dog belongs to the suspect. Thanks, Greg. Tommy, I was just, I mean, this didn't end well by any means, but I was worried that it could have ended a lot worse. Uh, those motorhomes weigh a lot. You saw what it did to other vehicles when they just plowed right through them, and that's really what I was really super concerned about. If somebody would have been like directly hit by that thing in an intersection, that easily could have been fatal. So there are injuries. This is not a happy ending by any means, but it could have been so much worse. Suzanne Marquez is watching. Uh, Maybe animal regs. Hey, they're picking up the dog right now, so I'm gonna want to get that shot. But what do you need, Rick? Okay. Sure thing. Well, it's just there's so much going on, and I never can see these. You know, I never can see it, so I never really know. But what do you guys have? My wife, Nicole, Fulvio. Uh, what do you got, Rick? What do you got? Wow. All right. What is Crash One? I'm being serious. So the okay. Yep. That is Crash One. Okay. Okay. Rim. Okay. All right. Okay. Crash 3 is the okay. There's the last. Okay. Crash 3 is this one, right? Crash 3 is this one. All right. All right. Okay. All right, so we're getting relatively good confirmation that there were two dogs. The one that we saw fall out the window actually did fall out the window and ran off, and this is dog number 2. So, are we gonna talk about that in our piece, or right? Okay, right. Okay, all right. Oh, he's scared or she's scared. Yeah, yeah, that's yeah, yeah, perfect, perfect. Yes, yes, yes. And that was on Tampa. Okay, cool. Oh, that is one loyal dog. That is one loyal dog. Look at that. Wants to go with the owner in the ambulance. Oh, freaking heartbreaking. All right, so I'm pretty sure all that's going to be cleared up. So let's start with this, and then we're going to go right to tape. Motorhome Pursuit, not an SUV. Motorhome, Stu. I don't know why I kept calling it an SUV. Motorhome. Oh. 10 seconds. Wow, what timing. Well, Jeff Susie, this is where it all came to an end. This is going to be Tampa and Wells, but I know we have some tape, and what we saw that brought us to this point was just beyond just the most craziest things we've ever seen. That's the first crash that we saw. We got off the 118, got onto Tampa, and it was actually blocked in. And the driver, the stolen SUV, stolen motorhome, just plows through there, just pushing those other vehicles out of the way. That little white car actually locking up the brakes and stopping that mammoth motorhome for just a few moments. But then in the end, that she gets out and starts going high speeds through the valley, on just flying down the streets, making hard turns, getting into residential neighborhoods. Eventually got into the mall. That's going to be the Northridge Mall. Driving around in the parking lot, that's when that motorhome made contact with a palm tree, and that's when it ripped out the whole front of that vehicle. Now the windshield was gone, the side of the vehicle was gone, but that driver continued to drive at extremely high speeds and extremely fast, crashing into a car that was getting off the 101 freeway. This was in the Tarzana area, and just basically hit that vehicle. And then there was another one as it made its way south of Ventura Boulevard into the hills out here, still on Tampa, crashed into that other white white vehicle right there. There's injuries in both those cars. That person got out and ran, didn't get far. California Highway Patrol there took her into custody, and there was a dog there. Now, a lot of people were watching earlier on, and they saw that dog actually hanging out the front of the window. There were two dogs, and one of them actually did fall out at one point, and the second dog actually stayed with that driver, the suspect, all the way to the end. Now, the driver of the white vehicle just being placed in an ambulance right now live. We understand that injuries are moderate, not life-threatening to anybody. It could have been so much worse. Those motorhomes, they weigh so much. The driver of that motorhome, she was going 75 to 80 miles an hour on surface streets, running so many red lights. I'm sure there were many other close calls, but again, this all coming to a crashing end out here in the foothills of the Tarzana Hills, just south of Ventura Boulevard. Live in Sky 9, Stu Mandel. Back to you two in the studio. Oh, I didn't know Rachel was there. Sorry, I fell behind a little. Wow. And assignment desk checking in. Fulvio's like shaking his head. What? Well, the tree was in the way, and you know what? If that dog would have got ran over, I don't know what I would have done. That's what it looked like it was going over the front, and I was just like, yeah, no. Oh, big deal. That's the